Hello, Leo. Crap. I gotta wipe that off or I'm gonna freaking lose it. Freaking lose it, Leo. For real. It smells good. That smells like, I don't know what that is. It's been a minute. Smells like Florida water and apple cider vinegar and probably a whole bunch of other shit. Probably some tea tree oil in there and lavender too. All kind of shit in my little cleaning supplies. Actually, it's so funny. Out of everything that I've made, the cleaning supplies are my favorite. When you clean with essential oils and the right kinds of soap and stuff, you can feel it in the air. It's just way different than buying some Lysol. It's not the same. I might start doing that again. That was actually out of the products, out of the lotions and stuff like that. The cleaning supplies were my favorite. I always felt like my lotions were nice, you know what I'm saying? And my oils, but there's so many really nice lotions and oils and stuff. I mean, there's really nice cleaning supplies too, though. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was using the same decks. See, that already went. The cedar does that. And I have fresh cedar. I have a freaking cedar tree right outside. I'll never have to buy it again. But I have so much of it already. But like literally, I was like, oh my god. I have the cedar. See, here's another one. This is the fresh cedar from outside. It's like the same freaking, it's juniper cedar. I'm surrounded. We're surrounded by juniper trees here, which is very good for the energy. Like, hello, my spirit guides, when they brought me here, it's cool. My view is, the view and being on top of the mountain with all the different, the sun, you get all the moonlight, all the sunlight, and that's really good for your psyche, for your mental stuff, all that. It was so much attention put on me being here for my hermit moment, you know what I mean? Which was more than a moment, but still. It was so much detail. I know I'm leaving soon. I can feel it. I just hope that I'm somewhere where the birds can come. I hope I'm not too far away that the birds don't know how to find me. Even though I know they'll find me, but I'm talking about, because once you've been in the area so long, that's how you get in good with the animals. It's generations. After like the third generation, they are like AI. It's funny. We're all computers and we carry memory, And the way the birds work, and I'm pretty sure all animals work that way, is after like that third generation, that animal knows you. Like, if you've been taking care of some birds or wild animals or whatever, and they warm up to you, the second generation after them, like their kids, are going to really, because it's already in them that you're cool, that I'm warmed up to you. So the kids will be even more, friendly. And then that third generation is even more friendly. So I've built connections with the birds and stuff. I know I'm weird. Leo. I'm weird, but some of y'all are weird too. Shit. You probably weird if you over here. And weird is sexy, okay? Look, King of Wands in the reverse. Speaking of weird and not in a sexy way. Or maybe it's weird in a sexy way, but not sexy to most people. This could be somebody that's weird in a sexy way. Leo, I hope this isn't you coming out straight up with the freaking lion in the background. I can't even say it's not a Leo. Usually they might have like a, like a ram or something, but there's a freaking lion in the background of this thing. There's a Queen of Swords here. So maybe there's somebody telling your business, Leo. Somebody about to be telling your business about your escapades. You was out there doing some freaky shit with lions and shit. Salamanders. Said, I like anything with a hole in it. I need to know what it's like, what it do. Don't be like that, Leo. You have your polar opposite, Aquarius. In the reverse, the Star card. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Sagittarius. This is very karmic. This is karma for somebody to be speaking up about something, about some kind of, and it's funny, I just did the cards like that, and the Hangman, Piscean energy has been coming out a lot. A lot of these same cards, I feel like, this might be the first time I've seen the Star. And that's funny that it's your polar opposite. I feel like there is a lot of pride here. I mean, like unbridled too. Like wild pride. Like somebody did some wild shit. And it's very karmic with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Hangman here. Piscean energy. This is somebody being brought back down from outer space where their head was. And this Piscean energy is very contemplative, but humble too. Piscean energy is about service. Look, there's somebody giving him water. It's about service, and service to those who really need it, that maybe other people aren't helping. Like, you don't see people lining up to give the Hangman water. But this woman right here is, that's Piscean energy. I feel like somebody was bullied on, ganged up on, and they weren't the popular vote. So this King of Wands, who's supposed to be a leader, this is somebody that's supposed to be bold and truthful and rule from their heart, was a coward. He was a coward, and he might be doing a whole lot of things sexually, which messes with your wand energy, you guys. I love the tarot. It teaches you so much about energy. Doing too much is doing too much. Just because you got that big old wand and you're a king doesn't mean that you should just be throwing the wands. It's giving me Solomon energy. Solomon and his 1,000 concubines. That's a mess. And it being karmic. Like this with the stars, that's insane. It is. It's giving me somebody, a narcissist, maybe playing around with spell work and spirits and stuff, like Solomon. Maybe this Queen of Wands is somebody that was in a relationship or married to this person, and they were being truthful, because that's what you're supposed to have when you're a leader. Somebody that's gonna stand by you, but when you guys are behind closed doors and the subject comes up, they're gonna say, babe, look, because they want the best thing for the kingdom, and once you get too dirty, then that dirt follows you. Everything magnetizes to you. You want to stay clear and open and truthful so that you don't get caught up. And it looks like somebody got caught up. I feel like somebody's going to lose everything. Yeah, something about work and stealing. Death card, Scorpio. Somebody doesn't want something to die, or something might be on like mechanism. like automatic pay or something. Wow, I didn't even notice. I'm looking at it like Ace of Swords. That's true. Something is on automatic pay. So somebody is automatically able to steal something from someone. This might be online. This is something that won't end. I don't think that there is a way for it to end. It's like mechanically done. And it's sacrificing this person to a certain extent. Keeping them in lack and needing someone to give them water. You know what I'm saying? Like, The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, it's your fortune. It's your life path. Somebody messed something up, I feel like, with a Queen of Swords. You were supposed to be on a healing journey of ruling this kingdom, this fortune, with this Queen of Swords, but somebody just, give me Solomon, somebody just started swinging at one, liking them whispering hoes in their ear, and, oh, don't take that, oh, you can't, oh, did she say that? Like, what? You gotta have people to tell you the truth, people to help bring you down when your ass and got too high up or too down low. You know, somebody needs to be able to. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Recovery from financial loss, spiritual poverty, charity, and improvement. I think this is spiritual poverty, but I think that this Five of Pentacles, clarifying a King of Wands, I feel like this is somebody that's never even supposed to see this card come up, Leo. You're not supposed to ever see the Five of Pentacles, ever, because you're blessed, you're the sun. But it's in reverse, so I feel like somebody is going through money problems. And they're spiritually broke because they're not truthful. You can't be, enlightened when you're a liar. Because eventually you're going to start lying to yourself, and that's when the damage comes in. There's a King of Cups here. Emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, emotionally balanced, okay. Balance, supportive leader, tolerance, and empathic. I think that that's who this Queen of Swords is. Because this is the main cards, you know what I'm saying? These are like more so clarifying. I think that not only was this Queen of Swords truthful, insightful, very keen with the eye, and intelligent, but they can also feel things. Being a feminine energy, though, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But maybe somebody's feeling like that now, or maybe this is a whole nother person about to step in on you, Leo. I think you're this King of Wands. Something happened, you got arrogant or something on somebody. This doesn't have to be a huge, big thing, but it is karmic, and it does have something to do with healing. If I was you, I'd fix it. Maybe this King of Cups energy is how you need to come in. You need to get out of this King of Wands energy, and look, you got the Empress in reverse and Death in reverse with the Star. I feel like, yeah, you got with a whole bunch of this, giving me Solomon. Went and got a bunch of bitches pregnant, or the wrong one pregnant, and something ain't ending. This could be what I was talking about, something just being on computer, like something just comes up every, chick-ching. Wow, yeah, Ace of Pentacles, this too many though. So, what's the Wheel of Fortune? It came out anyway, the Magician in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like somebody manipulated something. They might even did some black magic, maybe even some death magic here. It could be one of your baby mamas. Somebody did something dark with the Magician and the Death card in reverse and the Empress in reverse. This is a tyrant, but this is more, it's not as, maybe this tyrant feminine energy was working through this King of Wands. Somebody knows something now. They're coming in, they're trying to come in a more positive light. What's the Magician and the... It's too many. Wait, I want to get another one. What's the King of Cups? I don't really need another one for this. I'll clarify. What's the King of Cups? My Leos. Yeah, somebody overdoing something. Not, if this isn't a wish fulfillment, I think that this is somebody coming in for this Queen of Swords. And this isn't a wish fulfillment. This isn't going to make somebody happy. This could be you coming in. This could be a Queen of Swords. I was dealing with an asshole and you just been waiting to jump in, Leo. That's what it could be. But there is a Dark Magician here, or a Virgo, or a Gemini. We got Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. There's a lot of people here. And this is karmic. And it's about healing. Or not healing, rather. The Devil, wow. Yeah, this is very, very dark. Very, very dark, Leo. Not your forte. I mean, it can be, but you're the sun, you know. Everything that you do is going to be revealed eventually. But this is the shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, temptation, seduction, destructive behavior, materialism, codependency, and toxicity. Definitely this King of Wands in reverse. With us, you know, this Five of Pentacles is in the reverse, but the fact that it's here in the first place, why is the Five of Pentacles here with the King of Wands? He's not supposed to ever have to worry about anything like that. I'm about to go hike, Leo, after this. Yeah, this is something very dark and karmic. This could be even sacrificing your soul, or again calling in these death entities, and it's somebody that was very adamant and was doing it over and over again. I feel like it messed up somebody's life bad with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So yeah, I was going to say, but I think somebody's going to get something that it might not be their original fortune or what they were supposed to have in life, but it's something. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. This is just very karmic. This is destiny. I feel like somebody gambled their destiny away. I feel like somebody was supposed to be on wand energy, which is spirit, you know, but they used it for the lower passions. They got caught up in that. That's why fire energy is very strong, but it's for a reason. It's strong on both ends. You need to tame it or come into balance with it. Really tame it. It needs to be tamed. It needs to be okay with correction, or else it'll get out of control. That's the thing about fire. Yeah, this was a group of people who came together to, or maybe this is a third party situation somebody had a child with the Empress here too in reverse. I feel like that's the fortune that they chose. And there's the Empress here in the upright. Wow. I feel like somebody went one way and they were supposed to go this way. And they didn't go the right way. Temperance in reverse and the Death card. Yeah, somebody overdid something too. I feel like once they realized they went the wrong way, they really try to come with some fuck shit. You know, with the temper, they really try to be on demon time. Maybe bring death. We have death here with the Magician again. And the Devil. I feel like somebody really tried to keep somebody down. That's why this Five of Pentacles is here. Because this was an Empress, so you're supposed to be an Emperor. Or just don't have to be you, Leo. But I just hate that King of Wands came out like that. First card for your reading. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles. This reminds me of Cancer. Somebody's going to be given something. Like I said, it might have not been the fortune. They're not going to be the Empress with the Emperor with all the kids, you know. But they're going to be stable. Stable and very comfortable. Better than comfortable, you know. Just not in a marriage. The Star in reverse and the Judgment in reverse. I feel like somebody misjudged you and tried to try to make you sick where you couldn't defend yourself because this was hidden with the Star in reverse. Stars shine at night. Somebody might have tried to drown you out or bright, like Leo, like the sun, try to you can't see the stars with the sun out because drown out or steal your shine in some way. Four of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, look. This was a gift. There's 4 gifts from God and somebody just decided not to take it. Somebody sacrificed their Wheel of Fortune, but still tried to take it, tried to sacrifice their counterpart that they were supposed to get the Wheel of Fortune with, so that they could have the whole thing. Selfish. Somebody's selfish, and somebody wasn't able to defend themselves, or maybe they can't now. This reminds me of the collective reading too, with the Star cards in the reverse, a lot of Aquarian energy, also Scorpio, a lot of Sagittarius energy though. Sagittarius is going to be in Cancer, so a lot of things are going to start really expanding and being shown, especially when it comes to these feminine energies that I really feel like a masculine energy here was doing too much with a bunch of hoes and got them pregnant and tried to put the Empress, his Empress or his future Empress, in the Five of Pentacles. 5 of Cups too. I'm sure that was very hurtful. Page of Pentacles. This is somebody studying something or looking into something, maybe like a private eye kind of energy, a detective. You feel something, you know something. Ace of Swords in reverse, yeah, because there's some lies here and shit. Something you don't know, or something that somebody's trying to keep from you. Maybe you're looking into it. Studying maybe the occult and this death magic and stuff that somebody put on you. The Lovers in the reverse. A Gemini, but again, your lover. This is twin flame energy. That's what a twin flame is. Somebody that's trying to take your flame. You need 2. Y'all don't just get one. Everybody has 2. And this is somebody trying to take one of yours because theirs is weak or they sacrificed it or something. So now they want to look. The Devil in reverse. Okay, so yeah, this lover is the devil. and you're not dealing with them no more, and that's the best thing you could do. Is somebody here that you need to leave the fuck alone, a Gemini, or somebody that whoever is putting this death magic on you, whoever had a baby on you, somebody had a baby on you, they need to leave you the fuck alone, or you need to leave this baby mama the fuck alone. Is one of your baby mamas or something that's doing this death and this devil magic. If you're being tormented, somebody's a magician, a witch, Leo. If you're being tormented, it's because you're dealing with a witch. In your dream state, you're dealing with a witch. Or you're dealing with something coming back, some kind of spell work. Somebody did something, and it's very karmic. You know, whoever did this, they weren't getting away with shit, because this is karmic, and it was always going to come up and come and end out. That's what this is. This is this karmic cycle ending out. Let me one more. Cool. That was King of Pentacles in the reverse, I believe. That was the Emperor in the reverse. Okay. 5 of Cups in the reverse. So somebody's coming out of melancholy energies, giving me Cancer's reading too. I feel like all the readings that I did today are definitely connected. The Hangman in reverse, this kept coming out. The Hangman, somebody can sacrifice somebody. Try to sacrifice their real empress because they was fucking around with a bunch of false empresses that don't got no money, they don't got no blessings, nothing. So somebody tried to sacrifice the empress. And that's a lot of that is coming up, and it's about to be, I kept saying Aries was the chosen energy for the divine feminine. It makes a lot of sense because they are a force. Aries energy, Mars is a force. And it's connected to Libra, which is the divine feminine. It's the Empress, right? So we have this force that is polar opposite, who is the lover of the Empress coming in. The Aries energy has been the chosen energy to come up against this devil worshiping, and it makes sense because it's dark, it's black water, black bile, dark magic, too dark. Black people need to do light magic, not dark magic. We're already dark and we're in the water. It's very important for us to stay light. That's why white people stay light, because they're dark. But they don't sit in the dark. And a lot of them do sit in the dark, but they can do that because they're light energy. We're dark energy already, and we're supposed to stay light and fluffy and free and happy. And when we got to defend ourselves, though, that's how we keep our favor, too, is because we're light. But once you get sucked into this darkness, for us, it's like certain drugs bind to melanin. So if you have a lot of melanin in your skin, you can be addicted to certain things quicker than some other people. Some things it's impossible for you to get off of because it's bound to your melanin. I think opium is like that. Because opium is like a black substance, kind of mimics melanin. I think it is opium. So it's like almost impossible for black people. I mean, they might have something now, but when I was married, my ex got on heroin, and so he's a Leo. And those opium clinics and stuff that we had to go to, I learned a lot. I used to sit and talk to the, people a lot. I started to volunteer, but things fell apart so fast. And there's a reason why I'm telling you that. Somebody is not able to walk away emotionally. A lot of things that were hidden are just coming out right now. Saturn and Aries Jupiter going into Cancer, Neptune is in Cancer, and the karma is already in Aries. It's already with the self. And how did you come out? How did you, how were you birthed? Was it honest or was it shady? Was your birth shady from the, you know what I'm saying? How was your come up? Was it shady from the beginning or what? Saturn is going to want to, Saturn is going to want to, know what's up with all that. And that's what I have for you, Leo. I feel like somebody really messed up because they were just slanging their pee-pee around. Somebody's baby mama is doing a bunch of magic or black magic or death magic or somebody because they're going to lose someone. Or somebody knows that they should have been with their real divine feminine energy, but they didn't pick that and they weren't supposed to. I'm telling you guys, the twin flame stuff is no. It's a no. That's not what we're here for, you guys. We're really not. We're not here for that. And once you accept that and understand, you're able to come in. But if you're trying to come down here, have a bunch of babies and get married that's karma. You're creating karma. You're not getting out of it, especially if you've already been married and already had babies. That's enough karma right there. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be getting out of this karma and becoming whole again within ourselves. And then we could get together and we'll all be strong counterparts for each other. But right now everybody's slimy and shady. So all you're going to get from that is slimy and shady, more slimy and more shady out of that. You have to you have to understand alchemy and how to balance out the energy when it's too dark or when it's too light. You need to know when you can't see something or that you need to sit in the dark and understand that there's nothing wrong with sitting in the dark. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, the dark. Especially if somebody's trying to find your ass and it's dark, you can hide, stuff like that. There's so many reasons that the dark is. First of all, you can see the stars, the blueprint of the universe. It's a beautiful thing, the darkness. Everybody's so emphasized on the light, though. And that's why there's so much fake, because it's imbalanced. The light and the dark is looked down on, and it's in the sewer. It's not even in the swamp no more. It's in the sewer. So the dark is just shitty and oh my God, I can't even think right now about it because I might get sick feeling. But you know what I mean? Like things that even the dark needs to not be all the way in the shit, sitting in shit. Like that's not any good for anybody. And the light is all the way so blinded and too hot. No, we need some ice cubes. No. And they're calling in the ice like a motherfucker because of the global warming. I'm telling you, things need to be balanced out. And the more that the powers that be try to manipulate black people into out of our blessings, the more imbalanced, the hotter it's going to get. It's just how it is. It's not benefiting anybody to be selfish at this point. Because we're not in a position where we don't know things anymore. And you can't hide that from the universe. You can't hide what you know scientifically about the earth and the people and the energy and everybody been doing black magic. You can't hide that from the universe. You can't hide it from the earth. So it's all going to be balanced out. That's why you just like, okay, that's how you're doing it? Oh, okay. All you got to do is know because that's all it is. And now you know how to balance out your energy because all these people are sending you dark energy. That's dark water, dark feminine energy. So you need to balance that out with masculine energy. And You need to focus on more masculine things, which is a good time right now, because it's the reason why I'm saying all this, because we're moving into a very masculine energy, a very masculine time, you know, which is, we need it, because there's been too much damn black magic and stealing and shit hidden. We need the light so that things could really be the way that they're supposed to be, and everybody that's deserving of blessings can get the blessings, and the earth will be happy. You know, the earth is miserable right now. Like, the Indians say the earth is dying. I don't think it's dying. I think it's waking back up. But after being abused for so long, you know, it's like, okay, how long are these motherfuckers just going to abuse me? And expect more and more and more from me. Like, how long? And it's over. The earth is waking up. I think that has a lot to do with Jupiter in Cancer. You know, because that's the mother. She represents the moon, but a lot of people think that the moon is just a freaking mirror, and it's reflecting the earth. So I've looked into that, and it's pretty interesting. I know you have some interesting theories, Leo. You guys are pretty much into that kind of stuff too. I've learned a lot about occult and esoteric things from Leos. You guys are all about that. So yeah, let me shut up now. I've been talking. Your reading been over. I love you, Leo, and I hope you get it together, or I hope whoever the fuck is doing this gets it together, or I hope that you find whoever is doing all this black magic and death magic and stuff between you and your counterparts, because you're going to share that. There is no way you can get out of that. You know, especially if you're at all the Wheel of Fortunes, you're connected to somebody. You don't want them to be sick. You don't want them to be lacking, because it's going to hit you. There's no way around it. So, even if you're the magician pulling from them, if something happens to them eventually, you don't even understand how that's going to affect you. You don't get it. This happened to me before, and my ex, who has put me in this same loop, killed himself. He killed himself, and he was in a position he thought he had it going on, but he couldn't take it, and he was a motherfucking asshole. They don't get more asshole than that, you know, in that life and in this one. So you don't know how things are going to affect you when you actually do this and hurt somebody that you're that connected to. You know, people have been married, and when the loved one dies, they get sick and die too eventually, you know. That happens with marriage. We're talking about karma, lifetimes. That's a way deeper connection. So, and that's why it needs to be tempered. A lot of people that you know or feel these strong connections with, that's witchcraft. That's not supposed to be so this time. And you got to break away from that feeling. So, you know, that's the devil energy. Anything, I always say, you are not going to overdose on apples. You might have 2 or 3 apples at the most, and after that third apple, you're like, fuck, I don't ever want apples again. Apples are good for you. Apples are natural, or, you know, they're supposed to be. Just this the story. Apples aren't going to have you sitting up craving apples. You might say, that apple is good. I think I want an apple, but you're not going to be like, oh, let me get home to my apples. Ever. You know, ever. But a pizza is, you know, you can have a whole pizza and then be hungry and have to get a burger, you know, the same day. Not like, you know, it doesn't fill you up. It doesn't fill you up, and it keeps you addicted. And that's what the unnatural does. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking to be filled constantly. And that's why the natural is going to fill you up. It might not be as good in the moment, but long term, even in the now, it's balanced. You're not going to get a high from it. It's balanced, you know, because when you get a high, you got to have a low. So you want to be in the place where you're never having to have, you know, too much of a dip. It's like, you know, it's not, and that's It's the same thing with love. When it's too strong, when it's too much of a pull, you don't feel like you're an individual anymore, that's not love. That's a bunch of fucking witchcraft and past life crap that, yeah, you need to look at it and face it and get past it. You have to evolve above it. You have to conquer it, because this is something that you've been having to deal with for who knows how long. But anyways, that's what I got, Leo. I love you, and I will see you next time. Peace.